I truly believe that today's message is going to resonate with someone, and I want to make sure you stay connected. Now, I have a message for the connective, and I want you to listen closely. Please remember that not everything will apply to everyone. Only take what resonates with you personally and leave behind what doesn't. This message is for whoever is listening today, and I believe that God has something specific for you. Let me begin by saying this: the enemy tried. Yes, you heard that right. Your enemies tried. They attempted many things to ruin your name, to destroy your character, and to derail the good things that God has planned for you. But here's the good news: God has stepped in and disappointed their plans. He stopped everything the enemy tried to do. If you've been going through a tough time and have been feeling like people are working against you, know that God is fighting on your behalf, even when you can't see it. To back this up, I received a powerful scripture from the Bible. It comes from Job 5:2, and it says, He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprises. What this means is that God is capable of putting a stop to the plans of those who are plotting against you. Their schemes will not succeed. It doesn't matter what they try. God is bigger than any attack they can send your way. In life, there are often people who will gather together against you. They may try to harm you, to lie about you, or to damage your reputation. Sometimes it might be obvious, and other times it may not be clear at all. But God sees everything. He saw the attacks that were coming your way, and He stepped in to protect you. There are some people who may have spread false rumors about you. Maybe they've been talking behind your back, telling lies to others, or even twisting the truth to make you look bad. I'm seeing that these people didn't just talk, but they also tried to manipulate situations to make you appear as if you were doing something wrong when you weren't. Some of them might have tried to set you up in various ways, trying to create situations that would ruin your reputation or cause you trouble. But in those moments when you felt like you were under attack, know that God was protecting you. I'm getting the sense that for someone here, the enemy didn't just work in small ways. They tried big, elaborate plans to bring you down. In some cases, they even tricked you into trusting people, only to use that trust against you. Maybe you were in a situation where you thought you found a good friend, or you believed you found someone who cared about you. But what you didn't realize is that this person was actually part of a bigger plan to gather information about you. They were trying to get close to you for the wrong reasons. Maybe they were seeking personal details about your life, your family, your job, or your relationships. They wanted to take that information and share it with others, making jokes or turning it into gossip for their own entertainment. God saw everything, and He was watching out for you. Even when they tried to play games with you or trick you, God stepped in and protected you from the harm that was meant for you. Some of you might have felt betrayed or heartbroken by people who you thought you could trust. Maybe these people smiled in your face but were saying negative things about you behind your back. I want to remind you that God knows what's happening in the unseen world. Even when you don't know what's happening behind the scenes, God sees it all. He knows the lies being told about you. He knows the plans that others are making to hurt you. And He will protect you from their attacks. This is so important for someone to hear: God is your protector. Even when it seems like things are falling apart, or when it looks like you're being surrounded by people who don't have your best interests at heart, God is standing with you. There is no weapon formed against you that will prosper. God will not allow the plans of the enemy to succeed. For someone specific here, I'm seeing that you may have felt rejected or abandoned by people who tried to tear you down. They may have even mocked you, saying that you would never amount to anything. Maybe they called you a failure behind your back, or they made jokes about your dreams and aspirations. They tried to crush your spirit by speaking lies and negativity about you. But here's the truth: God heard every word they said. He saw every moment of injustice, and He is stepping in to clear your name. It's so important that you trust God completely, even when you don't understand the full picture. You might be wondering, why is this happening to me, or why are these people attacking me? But here's the thing: you cannot see everything that is happening behind the scenes. You cannot be everywhere at once, but God can. He sees every conversation, every plan, every attack that the enemy is trying to make against you, and He will protect you. Sometimes God will ask you to let go of certain people, situations, or things in your life. You might not understand why He's asking you to do that. Maybe you don't want to let go of a friendship or a relationship that seems important to you. But God knows the bigger picture. He sees what you cannot see. When He tells you to move on or to walk away from something or someone, it's because He has something better for you. He is protecting you from harm that you don't even know is coming. I'm also sensing that for someone here, you are someone who trusts others very easily. You have an innocent and pure heart, and you believe the best in people. Because of your trusting nature, people may have taken advantage of you. They may have used your kindness against you or hurt you in ways you never saw coming. But God wants you to know that He has been watching, and He will not let those who have hurt you go unpunished. For someone specific, I'm seeing that you might have dealt with someone in your life who infected you with something, possibly even a sexually transmitted infectious type. I know that's a tough situation, and if you've been dealing with that, I want to give you some peace of mind. God is healing you. You are free. If you're concerned, you can go for a checkup, but know that God has already cleared you from anything that was affecting your health. You are healed, and you can walk forward in complete freedom. Now, let me tell you this, the people who tried to harm you, the ones who spread lies and rumors, they have nothing to say now. God has shut their mouths. He has disarmed their attacks. They can no longer speak against you, and they can no longer hurt you. They thought they could tear you down, but God has already lifted you up. What I saw in the spirit realm is that the enemy's plans were written down like a plan or a plot to hurt you, but these plans were not successful. In the spirit, their attacks have failed. I heard God clearly say, I've already cleared your name. So even if it doesn't look like it in the physical world yet, trust that it has already been done in the spiritual world. Your name has been cleared, your reputation has been restored, and God is moving on your behalf. God is about to bless you double for everything you've been through. All the shame and hurt that people tried to put on you, God is going to turn that around and give you double blessings in return. The same people who mocked you, who tried to tear you down, will now see the goodness of God in your life, and you will be walking in victory stronger than ever before. In conclusion, always trust God even when it doesn't make sense. He sees everything that's happening behind the scenes, and He is working everything out for your good. Your victory has already been secured in the spirit, and soon you'll see the results in the physical world as well. There's something powerful happening in the spiritual realm that you need to know about. Your name has already been cleared in the spirit. What this means is that the truth is already known, and you will soon start seeing things happen in the physical world to confirm that your name has been cleared. You will begin to hear people confessing things, maybe about things they said or did behind your back, and even what they spread about you. You might hear them say things like, I said this about you, or I did this to you, or I was the one who told them this. As these things come to light, it can be overwhelming, but it's important to stay calm and remember that God has already cleared your name. He has wiped away any negative judgments or false information that people may have spread about you. At times, you might hear things that make you upset. You might be tempted to confront those who spoke badly about you or try to fight back. But I want to encourage you to resist that urge. Don't rush to say, you're the one who spread rumors about me, or I'll get back at you for what you said. When you start to hear people's confessions or see their actions, whether it's in person or through dreams, do nothing. Don't react. Do nothing. Instead, just be thankful because your name has already been cleared. The truth is already out there in the spiritual world, and you will see it revealed in the physical realm, even if it takes time. Now, for someone reading this, I feel like there's a message specifically for you regarding your marriage. If you went through a divorce, particularly around the year 2013, or if you've experienced a broken relationship in that time, I want you to listen closely. There may have been some kind of spiritual attack aimed at your marriage. You see, sometimes things happen in our relationships because of spiritual forces that are at work behind the scenes. You might have thought that your divorce or separation happened because of personal issues like trust problems or misunderstandings, but there's more to the story. In many cases, there are spiritual forces at play that want to destroy the bond between two people, especially in a marriage. In some cases, there was a plot set up against you. People might have arranged for you to meet someone new, someone who seemed perfect for you, someone you believe was meant to be in your life. But in reality, this person was part of a spiritual plot to destroy your marriage. Maybe you felt like this new person was the right one for you, but the truth is the enemy used this situation to cause chaos and division in your life. Your connection with your partner may have come to an end, and you might have even tried to explain yourself to tell your spouse, this is not what it looks like, I am innocent, but sometimes the other person won't believe you. And that's because something happened spiritually before it showed up in the physical world. Spiritual attacks can affect how we see things, how we react, and how others perceive us. It's important to understand that marriage is not something we can handle on our own. It's not just a simple agreement between two people, it's a powerful connection. When two people come together in marriage, they form a bond that is meant to be strong and unbreakable. And this union is something the enemy hates. The enemy knows that when two people are united in marriage, they are a powerful force, especially if their marriage is built on love and God's guidance. The enemy will do whatever he can to break that unity, and that's why so many marriages today are under attack. If you're married, I want you to think carefully about how you approach your relationship. Marriage is not a game, it's a serious commitment, and it's something that needs protection. It's not just about living together or sharing responsibilities, it's about becoming one with your partner, and that requires effort, trust, and most importantly, God's guidance. Many people today don't treat marriage with the respect it deserves. People are quick to give up on their marriages when things get tough. They don't pray or ask God for help when they face challenges. Instead, they turn to quick fixes or advice from others who may not have the best intentions. But this is where things go wrong. When people stop seeking God and relying on their own understanding, the enemy has room to destroy what they've built. In many cases, marriages are attacked because people don't pray about them enough. They don't commit their relationship to God's hands. When you get married, that's when the real work starts. It's easy to think that once you've said, I do, everything will be smooth sailing. But in reality, the enemy will look for any opportunity to break you apart. That's why it's so important to continue building your marriage with God at the center. Pray together, trust in God, and don't give up when things get difficult. You might not always understand why things are happening, but trust that God is at work, even when you can't see it. Another thing I want to highlight is how important it is to choose a partner who shares your faith and values. If you're already married, this is especially important. You and your spouse need to be spiritually aligned in order to face challenges together. If one partner isn't connected to God, it can create problems in the relationship. A marriage needs both partners to be spiritually strong. If only one person is spiritually grounded, it can create imbalances, which the enemy can use to attack. It's also important to remember that many of the issues we face in marriage are not just physical, they often have spiritual roots. Sometimes we think the problem is trust issues, communication issues, or other personal conflicts. But more often than not, there's a spiritual element involved. Spiritual forces can influence how we think, how we feel, and how we act, even without us realizing it. When people work against your marriage spiritually, whether through jealousy, gossip, or even intentional attacks, it can have a major impact on your relationship. But when you stay connected to God, He will help you see the truth and He will protect you from these spiritual attacks. If you're facing challenges in your marriage, don't just give up or make decisions based on your emotions. Always pray and seek God's guidance before you take any steps. Don't let anger or frustration lead you to make decisions that you'll regret later. It's easy to react from a place of hurt or confusion, but when you rely on God, He will give you the wisdom and strength to navigate through the challenges. Remember, your marriage is not just about two people coming together, it's a spiritual union, and there's power in that. The enemy knows that when two people are united in marriage, they are stronger together. So it will do everything it can to try to break you apart, but you don't have to let that happen. Keep God at the center of your relationship. Pray together, trust each other, and support one another. And when challenges come, don't run from them. Instead, lean on God for strength, wisdom, and guidance. When you experience pain, it can lead to saying things you don't mean or making decisions that aren't good for you. It's a natural reaction when you're hurting, but there's a deeper way to handle things, and that is by allowing God to guide you. When you let God lead, even in moments of pain, the Holy Spirit can speak to your heart. Sometimes that guidance will lead you to forgive others, even when it feels difficult. The act of forgiving isn't always easy, but when you feel God telling you to forgive, it's important to listen and act on it. That's what it means to walk with God, to allow Him to direct your steps and decisions, even in challenging situations. Sometimes, when you have something special in your life, like a loving relationship or a happy family, other people can feel jealous. These people might not have the same happiness or love in their own lives, and instead of celebrating your joy, they may try to tear it down. This could happen if you often talk about how wonderful your partner is or show off your relationship online. When people see you happy, they might feel envious or upset because they don't have the same kind of love, or they may think that they're not good enough to experience it. This jealousy can lead them to make decisions that negatively affect your relationships, even if they don't realize the damage they are doing. For example, there might be people in your life who've tried to ruin your relationship, maybe by spreading lies or encouraging misunderstandings between you and your partner. These people often lack self-confidence and are unhappy with their own lives. They can't see the goodness and love that they deserve, so they try to bring others down to their level. But this doesn't have to control your life. Right now, there is a chance for healing and reconciliation. If you have experienced trouble with a loved one, especially with your partner or family, this is the time for things to be healed. The divine is offering you an opportunity to bring peace back into your life. If you've had dreams or feelings about reconnecting with someone you care about, whether it's a family member or a partner, those feelings are important. They might be signs that you need to go back and try to heal what was broken. Letting go of past hurt is often the hardest part, but it's also the most important. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself as much as to the other person. It doesn't mean forgetting what happened, but it means choosing peace over anger and letting go of the pain that holds you back. There might have been people who judged you wrongly, people who listened to gossip or false information about you. Maybe they didn't understand you or your intentions. These people may have been misled by the enemy or by their own insecurities. They might have been blinded by their own issues and failed to see the truth. The divine is calling you to forgive them because they acted out of ignorance, not malice. They didn't know what they were doing, just like Jesus forgave those who didn't understand the consequences of their actions. Forgiving these people is not for them, but for you. It's a way of freeing yourself from the anger or hurt that they caused you. You might find yourself overthinking about how to fix things. If you've been wondering whether to reach out to someone, to ask for forgiveness, or to reconcile with a friend or loved one, this is a sign to stop overthinking. Don't wait any longer. Take action. Sometimes we get stuck in our heads thinking about all the possible outcomes, but the divine is telling you that it's time to act. Trust your heart, trust what you feel guided to do, and move forward with that. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just need to take the first step, and the rest will follow. The people who tried to destroy your happiness and bring negativity into your life were not genuine. They didn't have good intentions. Their energy was fake, and they tried to convince you that they were on your side when in reality they wanted to trap you in lies and confusion. But you've overcome them. The enemy's plans have failed, and you have come out stronger. The love you share with your partner is real, and that's why others try so hard to break it. They couldn't stand seeing two people genuinely happy together, so they tried to create division. But now you are free from their influence. You no longer have to carry the weight of their negativity or jealousy. This is the time to protect what is important in your life. Protect the love you have for your partner, protect your family, protect the happiness you have built together. This could mean setting healthy boundaries with people who don't support you or making sure that your relationships remain strong despite outside pressures. It's important to care for your heart and your connections with others. If you are a parent, protect your family by creating a loving and safe environment for them. If you are in a relationship, make sure to nurture and protect the bond you share. Don't allow others to come between you. This is a reminder that love is something worth fighting for. The good news is that healing is happening right now. The divine is working on your relationships, especially with those who may have judged you wrongly. The hearts of the people who have hurt you are being healed. They may not even realize it yet, but the healing process has begun. Whether it's family, friends, or even a romantic partner, there is a chance for peace and restoration. The divine is at work healing broken hearts and bringing people together. Right now, if you're feeling the urge to reach out and make things right with someone, whether it's a family member, friend, or partner, it's important to follow that feeling. You might be unsure about what to do or how to begin, but the message is clear. Stop overthinking and just take that first step. Don't let fear hold you back. The divine is guiding you, and when you listen to your heart, you will be directed to the right actions. Finally, a new beginning is on the horizon for you. You've been given a fresh slate, a new chance to start over. This is a time for new opportunities, new relationships, and a renewed sense of peace. Someone might reach out to communicate with you soon, and this could be the start of something beautiful. So be ready for change. Trust that the divine has your best interests in mind and that everything is unfolding as it should. As you move forward, trust in the healing process. Allow yourself to grow and be open to the new beginnings that are coming your way. There will be challenges along the way, but remember that you are not alone. The divine is with you, guiding you every step of the way. With faith and trust, you will find peace, healing, and love. Stay focused on what matters, protect what is yours, and know that the divine is working in your life to bring about the best possible outcome.